I like gado because gado is, because there is no meat in that, at least in the version that I had, and I love the peanut sauce that goes with it. So I really like that.
Hello, Valerie. Pleased to meet you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aiko. I am 16 years old. I live in Bekasi. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to talk to you and to know more about the UN in Indonesia and what you do.
Thank you very much, Aiko. It's a big pleasure for me also to meet you. I'm Valerie, and I'm very happy to have this opportunity to exchange with you. It's fantastic to be able to meet young people like you that want to know about the UN. So I'm all yours today.
Before working for the UN, what kind of job did you do?
Okay. Before working for the UN, actually, I started my professional career as a journalist. I wanted to work in the media world. And while I was in the media world, I realized that what I liked most was to be the publisher. That is to say, the coordinator. There you go. I think, I've been pursuing coordination all my life, because the publisher in a magazine is the person that makes sure that we have good articles written by journalists, that we have enough readers who will read our newspaper or our magazine, and we have enough advertisement to have enough money to carry on doing it. So it's really coordinating all that. So this is what I was doing. And before then, when I decided to go international, I first started to work with an NGO. The name is Handicap International. We're working with people with disabilities. And then from there, I moved into the UN. And I've been now with the UN for 28 years. Yeah, something like this.
Whoa, that's very long.
Indeed, it's more than the years you have of life.
Yes. What's your favorite part of your job? And do you ever wish you could be something else?
Okay, the favorite part of my job is certainly when I get out of my office and I go to the field to meet the people we work for. And unfortunately, my job involves a lot of work from my office or meeting people, let's say, for instance, in the capital, Jakarta, although I haven't met a lot of people these days because of the lockdown and the restriction. But I haven't gone yet enough to visit Indonesia, to go and meet the people, to visit our projects. But this is the best part of my job, because you see, that's the part of my job where I see the impact of what we do. Because in my post, it consists of a lot of discussions and negotiations and so on, with a view to helping the work of the other agencies. But it's very kind of intangible. You can't touch it. Whereas when I go to the field and I meet the people and I can see, for instance, a village who has been rebuilt after an earthquake, or I can meet a woman who has gotten, who has developed her own little business thanks to the support of the UN, or I meet children who have benefited from the work of the UN, that is the best part of my job, because I really see the impact of my job. If I would like to be something else, well, if I was to relive my life, which of course we can't do, but if I was to relive my life, if there was a fairy coming today and telling me, Valerie, 1, 2, 3, with my magic wand, you have the possibility to relive your life, I would like to be a vet. I love animals so much that I think that I would like to be a vet. That's really the job that I haven't managed to do that I would like to do.
Oh yeah, when I was younger, I used to want to be a vet.
And then what do you want to be now?
I think I want to be an interior designer, but I'm still not sure.
Okay, well, you still have time to think about it. You will see.
There's rumors going out that I'm going to go to school again offline, but we're still not sure. Do you have any tips for me when I go back to school?
Well, first of all, I think that you will be super happy to go back to school. So I would say first, enjoy the moment. Don't think about the homework. Don't think about all that. Just think about enjoying the fact that you will be with your friends again. Because I can imagine how frustrating it is for you, the young people. If I think of myself at the time I was your age, and if I had not been able to go to school, and if I had been obliged to stay a whole year behind the screen, oh my gosh, I think I would be in a very bad mood. So I must say, first, enjoy it. Secondly, I would say, well, take the best out of it. Certainly, continue to respect all the measures to protect yourself. I'm sure the school will have those measures in place. Don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, we're all together, so we don't need a mask, or these are my friends. Because the virus doesn't know whether you're friends or not, and doesn't care, to be very honest. The virus can really affect anyone. So I would say the tip is really continue to protect yourself. And also, my last advice would be enjoy being at school. Because you see, as much as, of course, in our everyday life, I was the same as you. I benefited from the fact that I could go at school and benefit from a good education. But we must not forget that there are millions and millions of children who don't go to school somewhere in the world.
I actually saw a lot of people are getting vaccinated these days, even people my age. And yesterday I actually got vaccinated. So I wanted to know is the UN helping with the COVID vaccination program?
Oh, very much so. We are helping at different levels. First of all, government on its side has purchased some vaccines. But on our side, also UN, we have provided vaccines to the government through a system that has been put in place with several countries that are giving money so that we can buy and produce a lot of vaccines, and therefore we can give it to the different countries. So this mechanism is called COVAX, but I'm not going to bother you with all those names. And so we are providing vaccines. We are also helping the government, with what we call the cold chain, because when you vaccinate people, you need to have the vaccines kept in cold, whether it's whatever type of vaccines, and including COVID vaccines. So we also help them with all the logistics, the manipulation of the vaccines, the distribution of the vaccines. We also have an agency that is helping with the system to keep the record, so that we know that, for instance, Aiko has been vaccinated on that day and that day. This is registered in a database. So all this is a mechanism that we have helped the government put in place. And also the other part of the support we give when it comes to vaccination is information. And I'm very glad to hear that you have been vaccinated. But a number of people are not yet vaccinated. Some of them, they have not been vaccinated simply because vaccines haven't reached their areas. But there are still people who don't want to be vaccinated because they fear it or because they don't know what it is. So the role of the UN has been also to help the government in communicating to the people of Indonesia about, recommending vaccine and what it means to be vaccinated and what you should do, not do, and so on and so forth. So this is also the work we have been doing. So we have been, yes, quite involved. We are still very involved in that.
Wow, that's very cool. So I wanted to know, from Indonesia, what is your favorite food or kind of food that you like?
First, you have to know that when it comes to food, I am vegan. I don't know if you know what vegan is.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so I'm vegan. So it means that there are already quite a big range of food in Indonesia that I will not eat because it's either with meat or fish or dairy or eggs, because as a vegan, I don't eat anything of that. But I must say, I like gado-gado. Because gado-gado is, because there is no meat in that, at least in the version that I had, and I love the peanut sauce that goes with it, so I really like that. Although it's not always so healthy because a lot of food is fried, but I must say some of this fried food is very yummy. I've tried some fried cassava, which I like very much. So there are a number of food in Indonesia that I like. But as I say, there are also a number of food that I haven't tried and I will never try.
Oh, what made you decide to be vegan?
Because I love the animals.
Oh,
because I think animals are not here for us to eat. If you think about it, they are not here for us to eat. They have as much right as we have to live happily on the planet. But over the millenniums, people have eaten animals, sometimes because they had no other things to survive on. But nowadays, you see, we have plenty of other food to survive on. We don't need to eat the animals. At least this is what I think. So that's why I became vegan. But the other reason, is that animal production for people to eat contributes a lot to pollution. And do you know that if everybody on this planet was reducing, I'm not even saying if they were becoming vegan, but if everybody in the planet was at least for 1 or 2 days not eating meat, do you know that it would be such a big breath of fresh air for the planet? actually, we have to change our diet if we want to save the planet. That's a very important thing. We need to recycle a few things. We need to stop taking so often, the cars or the plane. But above all, we need to change our diet.
Thank you so much, Valerie, for your time.
You're welcome. It was a real pleasure for me to meet you, and I really wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.